We good?
Yes.
Hi, I'm Doug Mariani here down at Health Up Cafe down in the Strip District of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania on Gigs TV with the Spread to Health show. Not really sure, usually when I walk up, sometimes I have things planned to talk about, sometimes I don't. Today I don't necessarily because we're just, going in 100 different directions, going 180 miles an hour. And, I know that's how life is, in a lot of cases. The thing is, I've had, the weekend was good. Coming into Monday, I know I had a lot of stuff going, but you know what? I was able to get up early, go do my workout. And, to be honest with you, as much stress that happens in my life and my world every day, I still, that little workout, it does put me in a different mood. It puts me in a different place. So I've gotten to the point, like yesterday, I took a day off from training because I was just I just felt beat up. I was a little bit sore. I was a little bit stiff. And, maybe because I slept in a little bit till about 8 o'clock, which I normally don't do. And my body might have started healing more because I got a little bit more sleep. But I just didn't feel, where I wanted to be. So I took the day off. I try to take one good day a week off. I try to work out on Sundays because it is a day off for me from work, but sometimes it's nice just to have that day off. I didn't really cheat on my diet yesterday. I did pretty good, but overall, sometimes you just got to heal. You just got to say, this is the day I'm going to take for me. I make that appointment every day for that hour. I get my workout in. On top of giving the rest of the time to everybody else, every once in a while I just want to take my day and do nothing. And, yesterday that's what my wife and I did. We just, did very, very little. We went and got some Sincerely yogurt with the kids, but basically we just kind of hung around the house and, watched some TV and had a nice dinner and just kind of relaxed. So you got to take that time for yourself to do nothing as well. The problem is, and here's where the problem becomes, or where it becomes a problem is, it's easy to take that one day, then it's easy for that one day to turn into 2, then into 3, and then into 4. So, the thing is, you got to make it like that's your treat day of taking off, just like you have your treat meal or your cheat day or your cheat meal. You want to make it your relaxing day, but make sure that that's part of your routine and not something that, it just kind of snuck up on you and that felt good, so I'm going to do it again tomorrow. Make it so that, okay, my day of the week off is this. I'm using it to recuperate. Period, end of it, because the next day I'm back on my routine. My routine has become, I don't want to say so regimented, but regimented enough that whenever I do take a day like that, I'm actually thrown off because I never just do nothing. It's always appointment for this, appointment for that, move to this, move to that. So it does feel good. But again, it's my wife and I look at each other sometimes and say, man, well, I wish we could do this every day. And you do, and you could, but then what happens is you start to backslide on your health. You don't work out, you lay around all day. To be honest with you, my back hurt a little bit from relaxing all day, and not in a stiff, I just worked out and feels good kind of sore, but like an achy, in the bone, I kind of laid around too much kind of feeling. So you need that exercise. You need to get that push going, but you need that relaxed day. So it's really about balancing it. How do we balance everything? I walked in, by the time I got to work today, I had 7 stops before I got to work today. So, and I'm bouncing place to place to place, trying to coordinate, trying to organize everything. And then how do you eat right in the middle of all that? And how do you, plan your day of working out? How do you make an appointment for yourself in the midst of all that? I walked in a door, and then I've got all the different departments that need tended to in Angle Foods to where I've got to get everything organized. The nice thing is, I love the thrill of business. I love action. I love keeping moving. I love when a day goes fast. There isn't a day that goes by that it doesn't go like that for me. The good thing is my days move fast. The bad thing is, how do I fit everything in without losing my mind? And certainly, how do I fit that workout in? It's all in, what your desires are. A nice thing is this Saturday, and this is for me, a nice thing is I get a little kick in the ass because this Saturday is our 60-day mark on our transformation. So we're having our 3rd picture taken, which we had our start picture, our 30-day, now it's our 60-day. We have 1 more picture left, which will be 30 days from then. So this week here is actually good because I'm forcing that extra cardio. I'm, really watching what I consume. I'm really watching my carbs this week. So So, you know, you're looking for that something to give you a push. Try and keep something in your life that you say, okay, I'm very busy, but I have a reason to want to get this in. I have a reason to want to eat right. You know, like I said, you know, I use it at, you know, a lot of different shows about my 13-year-old paying attention to what his body's going to feel like before or after McDonald's. You know, those things matter. You know, those things matter to when you go out and eat pizza. Find somewhere that has a wheat crust. You know, even like some of the gluten-free products, to be honest with you, they may be gluten-free, but there's sugar, there's this, there's that. So educate yourself and pay attention to the healthiest products. You know, just because it's in the wheat category doesn't mean it's healthy. Just because it's in the gluten-free category or the organic category doesn't mean it's healthy. You still need to flip those labels over. You know, there's a lot of deception in marketing out there, and I know everybody knows that. There's a lot of deception. The problem is they think we're all, you know, dingbats, that we're just going to listen to what we're told and we're going to, you know, follow in line because this guy's going in that direction, so am I. You know, the problem is we're going to worry about educating ourselves. The manufacturers, the marketers, they're going to have a little bit of a challenge because we're going to get smart enough to say, okay, wait a minute, just because it's organic doesn't mean it's healthy. Let me flip the pack. Why is there so much of this or that in it? Because it's organic don't mean it's good for you. Because it's gluten-free. I get a company that makes gluten-free cookies, and they're delicious. They're gluten-free, yes, but there's still a lot of sugar. How are they getting them to taste delicious? They're adding the chocolates, they're adding the sweets, they're adding things. So just because they fit one category doesn't mean they fit them all. So pay attention. Find out, number one, what category you're trying to consume in, and then gravitate towards that category. And don't do it overnight. You know, I've been doing more and more research and talking to more and more people, and you know, more and more trainers, and you know, the success that they have doesn't come from that big blast. It comes from the gradual change. So, you know, make those small changes in your life. You know, I like what I do. Don't get me wrong. I told you, I eat. I'm an eater. I'm a non-stop eater. I'll go from one thing to the next to the next. The difference is I'm not eating junk anymore. So I'm not gaining weight. I actually feel pretty good. From Courtney, Martin was bashing you on here again last night. Myself and James stood up for you. You're awesome. Thank you very much. First of all, I appreciate you standing up for me. I'll let Martin babble all he wants, but I appreciate you and James being out there to stick up for me. You know, what Martin does is bring some controversy to what we're doing. That's okay. That's okay. You know, like, you know, in you know, defense of what we're doing, not that I have to defend myself to somebody who is just so close-minded. They don't want to listen to what I'm telling you, because if Martin listened to what I was saying, he would understand that I wasn't saying that a Supreme Protein bar or a this or a that is completely healthy. I think I'm actually saying that right now about the gluten-free stuff, you know, without even trying to make that a subject. But that's exactly what I'm saying right now. Just because it has this or that in it doesn't mean it's healthy for you. So you have to find your balance. I love the Supreme Protein bars, and I can accept the sugar and alcohol in it because I'm doing other things to balance taking that in. You know, and I'm doing other things that I don't consume those in other items. But for my treat, for my personal, I'm going to treat myself or cheat, if that's what you want to call it, it's the Supreme Protein. It's certainly better than eating a Snicker bar. So I appreciate you guys defending me. Yeah, I mean, it's awesome that you guys are out there listening and then paying attention and giving me feedback. That's incredible. If you're just joining us, you're watching Spread the Health on Gigs TV. We've got so many exciting things going on. Let me talk, number one, a little bit about Angle Foods and what we've got going on top of, you know, all the other ventures we're working on. But Angle Foods right now, I'm just got the labeling done. We're going to be launching our grilled chicken Parmesan. I'm actually going to be producing it next week. So it'll be ready within, say, 14 days for our online shipping. So if you're used to ordering our online, you can go to kurtanglefoods.com, give it about 2 weeks. The chicken parm will be on there. I just got in today our super spices. So I've got the 5 blends. I just got to get all my labeling done on it. They'll actually be up and ready to go next week. I also actually just developed a high-protein spaghetti sauce. What it is, it's going to be for every 6-ounce ladle, you're going to get 10 grams of protein. protein. So we are working on a lot of different things. I mean, a lot of really good things. I'm looking for input. I'm looking for what you guys are eating out there, whether it be healthy or not. If it's healthy, then I can maybe make it here or get us going. If it's not healthy and it's something you enjoy, let me try and play around with it. Let me see if I can give you this at least close to the same flavor profile, but make it a cleaner dish for you. I'm always looking for things like that. Perfect example is the chicken parmesan. I mean, we are, like I said, full-blooded Italians. We've eaten fatty foods our whole life. My sister, when we were doing our little filming for our little cooking show we're working on, my sister was out at my house and she did some recipes. I did the grilled chicken parm and a couple other things, and she was eating a grilled chicken parm. She said, "This is delicious." I know it is. See, the thing is, I'm using the same exact ingredients that are in regular chicken parm, except taking out that breading, and I'm grilling the chicken. So it's absolutely top of the line. From Paul, what do you recommend for a 45-year-old male? I need to drop 75 pounds, but want to do it smartly. What's the word before smartly?
I want to do it smartly.
I want to do it smart. Okay, sorry about that. Actually, it's perfect. I'm 47. I was probably 270, 275. I'm probably 250 right now. Not that that's a lot of weight to lose, but I feel great. And at 270, not working out, not exercising, I felt horrible. I'm not down a ton of weight, but I've been training now and eating correctly for about 2.5, 3 years now, and honestly, it's changed my life. What I would do is, honestly, Paul, is I tell everybody the same thing. Take what you're, write down everything you're consuming for a week. And I know it's a pain in the ass to do, but if you're serious about fixing your diet or starting your snowball moving in the right direction, it's almost a must, because you have to be able to fathom what you're actually consuming. So write it down. Start with first thing in the morning. Write down, I ate pancakes, I ate this, I ate that throughout the day. Try and put some calories next to it and grams of fats and proteins. Try and do the nutritionals if you can. That one place, JD, that one guy told us that will do the nutritionals for free. Go to free nutritionals or something like that online. A couple people told us where to go, and you can type in what you're eating, and it'll give you the nutritionals for it. But try and work on that for a week. Get an idea of what you're consuming. When I did mine, I was consuming 5,000 calories a day.
Loseit.com.
Loseit.com is the website that you can go to, and that'll give you your free nutritionals. So, my thing is, I was looking at 5,000 calories a day, so I go, holy crap. Calories are one thing, then I was looking at the fats, the carbs, the protein, the sodium. That all matters. So now I look at the big picture and say, holy crap, I didn't realize I was eating 400 carbohydrates a day to 100 grams of protein a day. Those are the things you have to start paying attention. Once you write that down and you know that, then you say, okay, what do I need to do? From my personal opinion, you need to get your protein 35 to 40% higher than your carbs. If you're taking in 100 grams of protein, 65 grams of carbs, 50 grams of fats, try to get that 25 to 35 grams of fiber in a day. Try and keep your sodium around 1,800 to 2,400 milligrams. That's what I believe. Some people might say higher, some might say way lower. But if you're trying to lose 75 pounds at our age, you don't need to kill yourself or cut everything out. So that's why you got to start with what you're consuming. The other thing on the other end of the stick, diets work and work. It's 80% of what you're going to try and accomplish. But take a walk. Walk around the block. If you have trouble walking, walk very short places. Then go a little bit longer, then a little longer. Just get your blood and your joints and your muscles going. See, when your heart pumps and you work your muscle, that blood's pumping to your muscle. It's bringing the oxygen, it's bringing the nutrients. You're going to rebuild better. But you got to break your muscle down in order to rebuild. So if you do nothing and you all of a sudden start doing something, you're going to start working muscles you haven't worked. So if you do a combination of paying attention to what your consumption is, and here's the thing, you can still consume a lot of food. I do. That's why I'm still at 250. If I wanted to weigh 230, I could. Would I like to? Maybe for looks. but it's not necessarily going to make me feel better because I feel great. I can run a mile at any time. I can, I do boxing classes. I can do anything physical that is, required of me, I'm capable of doing. And I'm capable of doing it comfortably. That's where you have to get to. If there's something you want to do, you got to feel comfortable with you. Don't worry about everybody else. If your goal is 75 pounds, take that 75-pound mark out of your head. Make yourself healthy first. The 75 pounds will come. But get yourself, the problem is that 75 pounds looks so far away. So when you lose 2 or 3 or 8 or 10 or 15 or 20, you still got a long way to go. So say it like this: I'm going to get myself healthy. I'm going to watch what I eat. The weight will come off. It doesn't matter if it takes you 2 years to lose it. If you like I tell the people on the transformation, one person lost 10 pounds, the other person lost 2. I said, okay, hold on, stop. We're looking for long-term changes. We're not looking for, to crash diet in 30 days and all of a sudden we changed our life. If you lost 2 pounds a week over the course of a year, it's 104 pounds. So, and in order to gain that much weight back, it would probably take you just as long. So what I like to do is when I get to the weight that I desire, regardless of how long it took, once I get there, then you really pay attention. So if you cheat and you gain 2 or 3 pounds, I weigh myself every single morning. If you gain a couple pounds, you know that, holy heck, what did I do yesterday? Oh, I ate a lot of sodium, or I ate a lot of this. Then today you watch. You can balance yourself right down. Now, I'm a true believer of weighing yourself every day. Some people don't weigh themselves. Some people look at honestly months before they weigh themselves. But I'm a firm believer in weighing yourself every day. This way you know what you're doing. You know if you're gaining, if you're losing, you know to give it a little push more, or you know what, I'm a little bit tired of the diet today and I'm down 3 pounds. I can take a half a day cheat or a cheat meal. These are our super spices, like I said, it just came in from Paul. Thank you. You're welcome, Paul. The bottom line is this. You gotta set the pace for yourself. You cannot go by anybody else. You cannot do that. You absolutely have to set the pace for yourself. So make some goals. You'll be able to make your gains, regardless of your gains. Some people, honestly, God, most of us need to lose weight, but there are some people out there that have problem gaining weight. So that's why it isn't the same for everybody. You got to look at what you're trying to accomplish. Like my 13-year-old was very thin. Well, he would never have a problem with, hey, I need to lose weight. He would always have a problem more, I need to put some muscle on or some pounds on. So that's what you got to determine, and that's what will determine your diet. Keep in mind, protein is stored in your muscle. Everything else goes basically to fat. So protein is the building block of life. That's the priority in what you should be consuming the most. If you consume more protein than everything else, you got a good chance of your diet falling into place. And that's my personal opinion only, but I will tell you why. Because look at it this way. If my belly is this big, or if it's this big, okay? And I only have so much volume to fill up, whether it be this much volume or this much volume. If I eat a bunch of crap and all carbs and all that, and I fill my volume up with carbs and a bunch of junk, I can barely fit any protein in, okay? But I take the same volume and I fill it with protein. Grilled chicken breasts, egg whites, salmon, anything protein that you can get, you fill it with. Now there's not much room for everything else. So that's going to force you. So a rule of thumb for me, when I'm trying to cut down hard or when I'm trying to accomplish something in a period of time, given a little burst to my scale or something like that, I then say, okay, I'm going to really focus on protein. Everything I eat, I'm going to have protein in it, so that at least my volume is being filled up with protein every time. Email questions are from Jolie. Are health foods safe to eat on a regular basis while pregnant? Pregnancy is a tricky question because, it depends.
She meant our health foods.
Our health foods. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, because we're giving you everything you need. See, Angle Foods is different than just Healthy Choice or something like that. Angle Foods has been designed to digest properly, give you everything you need. See, we're in a different category. That's why it's kind of tricky because, you might look at Angle Foods and say, oh, I can buy that, anything close to that at the supermarket. but you really can't, because all they did was make a smaller portion and freeze dry or whatever they do. What we've done was redesign the nutritionals. So yes, I mean, we have the fiber, the protein. Our foods have everything you need, whether you be pregnant or not. You know, as far as healthy super infusion, like eating protein shakes and protein bars and all that stuff, I would ask your physician about that, because only he knows where your levels are at. And you know, as a pregnant woman, you have to consume certain things so that your baby's healthy. I have 4 children, so I understand very well what a woman has to go through in being able to, number one, make sure her baby's healthy, that she can, if she chooses to breastfeed, that her body is healthy, because no matter what you're putting in your body, that's going to your baby. So Angle Foods absolutely is healthy. Some of the other things, you definitely need fats, though. You know, and I hope you understand that you know, a lot of women, they starve. Not that anything's wrong with their babies, but a lot of women, you know, you need some fats. Not that you need to gain 200 pounds. That's unhealthy, but you need a balance, and that's what Angle Foods will give you. It gives you everything. So in answer to my long-winded answer to your question, yes, it really is. Other things, just pay attention. You know, bottom line is, you know, I love the fact that a pregnant woman is watching and she's getting ideas, but here's the thing, Angle Foods will get you through your pregnancy, and it'll also get you back in shape afterwards. That's the nice thing about it. You know, I don't know if you're a physical with your pregnancy. There's nothing wrong with walking and keeping your blood flowing. You know, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Nothing too strenuous, lifting weights, none of that stuff. But walk every day. You know, get that part. And you know what I like about that is, if you get into it now, that's going to carry over once your baby's born, and you're going to make smart choices for your baby. You know, the babies, you know, that first year, they need a lot of fats and things like that, but, you know, you don't want your child to be, you know, kind of like inheriting bad habits that we have. You want them to inherit our good habits, you know, and whether it be food or whatever, but, you know, we're talking health now. Oh, very pregnant. I'm having twins, and I'm 18 weeks. Wow. Well, God bless you. Twins runs actually in my family, so I know what that's about as well. I don't have twins, but you know, twins are definitely in my family, so I know what's involved. I mean, you're consuming twice as much, or your babies. Let me put it this way: your 2 babies are sucking more than 1 baby would out of your body. They're feeding off you. They're depleting you. So you have to give the nourishment back. You have to, or you're going to hurt yourself. You know, your babies are going to get it no matter what. If you're not putting enough protein in your body, or enough of fat, or enough of anything, they're going to take from your body, from where that stuff is stored. So protein is stored in your muscles. So if you don't keep your body filled up, then they're going to deteriorate your muscle from sucking the protein out of your muscle. Same with the fat, same with everything else. And that's why protein is important, because you got to keep the strength of your muscles up. You know, walk, you know, do some exercises. It's not going to hurt. Twins, I know it'll get very difficult for you to walk or do anything depending on how big the belly gets. But, you know, I know most, you know, people with twins, when they get into that last trimester, there isn't a whole lot they can do. So, you know, definitely take advantage of it now. One of the few things you will be able to do, though, is eat correctly. So, you know, you're going to, you know, it's tough. I mean, you're going to gain because you got twins in you now. I mean, I would educate myself as much as I can and watch as much as I can that's not harmful for my children, my babies inside me, until my pregnancy's over. But I would have a game plan, an immediate game plan for when it's over, where I'm going to start. From Julie, where are you located? Downtown. I just might stop in. I live in Murraysville. Sorry for all the emails. First of all, we're here to answer your emails, so please don't be sorry for the emails. We are in the Strip District of Pittsburgh, 3100 Penn Avenue. You're welcome to stop in. We're here every day live at 12:30. I'll be more than happy to give you tips, show you some foods. I'll even feed you some samples of the Angle meals if you're interested. I have our whole line of Italian Mary Annie line, so there's a lot of different things you can eat. You know, you do want foods with fat in them while you're pregnant, but you also want to watch so you don't go overboard. You know, I know most women, they gain some women gain a lot of weight, and then it's very difficult to get back off. I'm not saying not to do that, and I'm not saying to do that. What I'm saying is your body's going to be different, your diet's going to be different than, you know, every other woman that was pregnant, because each person is individually their own, and they have different cravings. So they're, you know, go with your cravings, but pay attention. I know pregnant, you're going to just have to fill your body up, but like I said, my biggest thing is have a game plan for when you're done being pregnant. Just noticed you had a chat room. Again, sorry for all the emails. I feel bad. No, don't. Sorry.
Hormones, she said.
Oh, probably the hormones.
Right there.
You know what? I'm going to tell you, that's the hormones, women always has that hormone thing, but you're right. You can chat in anytime you want. We're here for you. Don't worry about the emails. We're here to help. I just love the fact somebody's out there listening and understanding what I'm telling them. It's a lot, about inspiration. It's a lot about, I can't even imagine what it's like to be pregnant, let alone have 2 babies in me. I don't know if I'd want to move off the couch, let alone, guys are sissies compared to women. So, as a guy, I'd probably use an excuse to not move off the couch. But that's the exact opposite of what you need to do. You need to look at it and say, okay, wait a minute. I'm going to learn health and I'm going to get healthy because I want my babies to have a shot at being healthy. That's it. Have a game plan at the end of the day for you. So when your babies are delivered, you're bringing them into at least a educated, healthy environment. My family, again, we're full-blooded Italian. We all weighed 50. My oldest son was 36 pounds at 6 months old. That's huge. And then as an Italian, we're like, oh, look at that chunky little, pinching his cheeks, biting his ass, feeding him more food. You want more? Oh, that's so cute. You know what? It's not as cute when they get to be 3 and 4 and 5, and now they're in jeopardy of being in childhood obesity. That's the part that's not so good. So, as cute as it is when they're little, we have to start them being regimented too when they're little. And I'm not saying put your 6-month-old baby on a diet. That's not what I'm saying. Give them what they want. But we need to be educated. So when the time comes and it isn't the time to be cute and fun anymore, it's time to start, really teaching them. We have the education. See, it's kind of like, if your kid swears a lot. My youngest son swore when he was a little kid. I'm talking 1, 2, 3 years old. Well, you know what? It was cute the first couple times. Then it became not so cute. Then it became embarrassing. Okay, that's swearing. Childhood obesity is the same thing. It's cute when they're little and chunky. Then it becomes, oh my God, wait a minute, we might have a problem. Then it becomes too late for the problem to fix it. That's what I'm saying. So we have to pay attention. Thank you so much. Is that a cafe down there? I should bring my husband with me to get a bite to eat. Absolutely. You guys definitely stop down. JD and I are here every day. We love to meet you, love to talk with you, love to at least give you I'm not a guru on nutrition. I'm not a guru on health. But I've been through a lot of life. I've been through a lot of ups and downs in my health, in my weight, in my fitness level, with my children, with my wives, should I say. But the bottom line is we're here to try and help somebody who just needs that little push. We're trying to inspire you like we were asking you to try and inspire your children. So again, it starts with us. It doesn't start with them. A young kid can't be blamed for who they are. We can only look at how we raised them. So to me, it starts with health and nutrition. I don't want my child to be the one that can't get up off the bench because they're always tired. My 8-year-old daughter eats and eats and eats. She loves it. I'm trying desperately to break her habits. You know what I did this weekend? Friday I went food shopping. I bought all kind of fruit because now the fruit's starting to get a little bit better. And I kind of hid anything else that she would snack on, and I left bowls of fruit. I cleaned the grapes, I cleaned the strawberries, had everything cleaned, put it all on the counter in bowls. And not only her, but my whole family would pick. So instead of picking junk, they're picking fresh fruit because I made it available to them. I should have you talk to my doctor. He is a kind of out there, but he's a good guy. Well, here's the thing. The problem with doctors, my personal opinion, is it's kind of like a lawyer. I tell people think your lawyer is God and whatever they say. I don't hire a lawyer to tell me how to run my business. I hire a lawyer to tell him to do what I'm telling him to do and make it legal. Same with your doctor. Your doctors are making educated guesses, but only you can tell your doctor what your body's really feeling like. So he might try something on you, and I mean, my production manager, she's about to go under her 4th surgery because doctors keep guessing and guessing and guessing. You know, so the bottom line is only you know your body. Only you know how your body responds. So you got to pay attention to what your own body is, and you got to pass that knowledge on to him and see what he's got to say. If he doesn't make sense, then you need to seek second and third opinions, because not just because they got a doctor's degree or a law degree or an accounting degree doesn't mean they know everything. I've had people screw up my taxes and me tell them, no, you're wrong, and I listen to them because they're accountant. Sure enough, they screwed up my taxes. Same with doctors, lawyers, all of them. So, you know, you got to pay attention first to yourself and then be confident not only in your body, what you felt, what you learned, but then let somebody else know, no, you're wrong. They can be wrong. So, you know, I appreciate you guys tuning in. I love the interaction. I'm looking forward to tomorrow and getting with you guys again, but we'll be here 12:30 again tomorrow. I appreciate everything. Thanks for tuning in.